Good afternoon, I'm Sean Yao, and this is One News Now. The Education Department has laid down immediate remedies on the controversial purchase of outdated laptops. Education spokesperson Michael Poa said they will look into the warranties of the gadgets and request for an upgrade. Recall that the Commission on Audit flagged the DepEd's purchase of over 2 billion pesos worth of overpriced entry-level laptops.
Kung meron tayong quick fix within the department para matulungan natin yung mga guro, gawin na natin. But that's the first course of action. The second course of action is legal in nature.
POA also explained that the agency has funds for the procurement of more gadgets, but this will not be utilized this year.
Meron talaga tayong mga provisions para dun sa pagbibigay ng more learning materials, pero 2023 pa po yan. So now we are trying to remedy the situation with this one kasi malamang ito yung gagamitin nila for this coming school year.
Human Rights Watch believes that criminal libel and cyberlibel laws should be revoked after the arrest of former Congressman Walden Bello. Senior researcher Carlos Conde quoted the United Nations Human Rights Committee in saying that imprisonment is never an appropriate penalty for defamation. Conde added that criminal libel goes against free speech. Bello was arrested on Monday for 2 counts of cyberlibel filed by former Davao City Information Officer Jeffrey Tupas. The former lawmaker was released Tuesday after posting bail. We're gonna pause for a quick break, but we will be back with more stories after that. Stay with us here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Tennis superstar Serena Williams has announced her upcoming retirement. The 40-year-old says the U.S. Open that will begin this month could possibly be her swan song. In an interview, Serena described it as an evolution away from tennis and towards other things that matter to her. Williams, who turned pro back in 1995, has won 23 singles Grand Slam titles, the most recent in 2017. Her singles total is the highest by any player in the Open era and second highest of all time. Rising mortgage rates in the United States are pushing buyers away from deals. The details in this video by Bloomberg.
This is By the Numbers, where we give you the numbers that tell the story. The number? 60,000. Almost 60,000 home sales fell apart in June. That's about some 15% of transactions that went into contract across the U.S. After a 2-year boom, the housing market is finally losing steam. Buyers are increasingly backing away from deals, even with sellers cutting prices. Bidding wars? So 2021. It's all a result of higher mortgage rates putting buyers over their already stretched budgets. The spike in borrowing costs may be easing just a bit, but mortgages are still almost twice as expensive as they were at the start of the year. And as long as inflation remains persistent, mortgage rates will stay high. It's a cocktail that fuels recession fears, chipping away at confidence. No one expects a housing crash on the order of 2008, but experts say this correction could just be the beginning. As the market shifts, sellers and buyers find themselves in a game of chicken, leading to the question, who's in the best position to win? I spoke with Daryl Fairweather, chief economist at the real estate brokerage Redfin, to get her take.
If you're a buyer and you've already been approved for a mortgage, I think that you're going to have an easier time right now than you would have earlier in the year. If you feel like this recession isn't going to impact you financially, and I say this potential recession isn't going to impact you financially, then now is a great time to go out there and buy a home. Go left when everyone else is going right.
How about on the seller side?
It seems like most homeowners are really just backing off the market just as much as buyers are, because they were able to get record low mortgage rates last year and they gained record equity, so they're probably in a good financial position.
What are people not paying enough attention to? What are they overlooking?
I think people are quick to assume that prices are going to go down because the housing market is cooler, but because homeowners have so much equity and they have these record low mortgage rates, we're going to see a decline in new listings at the same time that we're seeing this decline in demand. So prices, for the most part, have stabilized.
Do you see a world in which we're going to get 2008 all over again?
It would take years of buildup to get to that point. And I think the good news about mortgage rates going up right now is people are realizing that the housing market isn't a guaranteed return. And I think it's good for people to realize that the housing market is supposed to be a safe bet where you'll get a little bit of value increase over the long run. It's not supposed to be like a get-rich-quick scheme, because that can lead to bubbles.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. Malacanang has confirmed the appointment of Arnel Ignacio as the new head of the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, or OWA. Ignacio, who had served as OWA Deputy Administrator, will replace Hans Leo Kakdak as head of the agency. The Office of the Ombudsman has dismissed the bribery case against former Senator Laila De Lima and her former aide. The Ombudsman's resolution noted that the complaint failed to prove clearly and consistently that De Lima committed bribery. Kai Sotto will be joining Gilas Pilipinas in the fourth window of the FIBA World Cup Asian qualifiers later this month. The Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas said Sotto will arrive in Manila on Thursday to start training. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.